Ever notice that after a long walk, your legs are warm, but your belly fat is still cold to the touch? That's not a coincidence. It's a biological red flag. While walking triggers the fat burning zone in your legs, it actually causes the blood vessels in your midsection to physically shut down. You're releasing fat into a supply chain with no trucks to move it. You can walk 20,000 steps, but if the blood flow isn't there, that belly fat isn't going anywhere. Here is the science of why walking locks your belly fat, and the 30-second fix to turn the heat back on. The brick wall is adipose tissue blood flow. Fat loss is a 3-step chain: mobilization, transport, and oxidation. This is the glitch keeping your waistline exactly the same size. In most parts of your body, exercise acts like a pump, flooding your muscles with oxygenated blood, but stubborn belly fat is vascularly thin. It's born with significantly fewer blood vessels, and research shows that during low-intensity steady-state cardio, like a standard walk, blood flow to your abdominal fat can actually drop by up to 50%. This is the thermal shutdown. When blood flow drops, the temperature of the tissue plunges. Without that heat, the enzymes required to break down fat, specifically hormone-sensitive lipase, become chemically paralyzed. But why does your body choose to lock your belly fat while burning fat everywhere else? To find the answer, we have to look at the invisible switches sitting on the surface of your cells. Inside every fat cell, there is a battle for control between two types of receptors, beta-2 and alpha-2. Beta receptors are the green light, dumping fat into your system. Alpha receptors are the red light, inhibiting release and constricting blood flow. And your belly fat contains up to 9 times more alpha receptors than fat anywhere else in your body. While walking triggers the green light in your face and arms, it barely touches the red light in your midsection. You're essentially sending a whisper to a cell that only responds to a shout. This is why you can walk for hours and see your face get thinner while your lower stomach remains untouched. But even if you could unlock the cell, the fat still has to travel through a dead zone to leave your body. And that brings us to the biggest failure of the 10,000 step rule, the albumin gap. Released fat isn't gone. It's not water soluble. It requires a transport protein, albumin, to latch on and carry it away. This is the walking failure. With blood flow restricted, those fatty acids have no transport trucks to pick them up. Your body hates wasted energy. If those fatty acids aren't picked up by the blood within minutes, they undergo a process called reesterification. They literally sink back into the same fat cell they just escaped from. You've done the work, you've walked the miles, and you've even mobilized the fat. But because you didn't fix the blood flow, that fat simply recycled itself back onto your waistline before you even finished your walk. It's a closed loop of frustration. To break it, you don't need to walk more. You need to change the hemodynamics of your midsection. You need to force the blood to go where it doesn't want to go. And that starts with a specific 30-second vascular flush protocol. The protocol is simple. Integrate a 30-second microburst every 10 to 15 minutes of your walk. This could be a steep incline power walk, a short sprint, or even high knees. This intensity sandwich keeps the blood vessels dilated and the fat moving. But there's one final catch: insulin. Even if you do the 30-second fix, if you walk shortly after a high-carb meal, you've already lost. Insulin doesn't just stop fat burning, it physically prevents blood from reaching the cells. To maximize the vascular flush, you must perform this protocol in a fasted state, either first thing in the morning or at least 3 hours after your last meal. Now, I want to hear from you. Comment the word cold below if you've noticed your stomach stays chilly during your workouts. And if this science-backed approach is what you've been looking for, hit that subscribe button.